I'm gonna hate to see this one go, man. This thing's been a lot of fun.
Oh, don't get me now. Bye, Bluebell. This is terrible. Bye. Bluebell, bye.
Coach B's cooking.
Bye, Blue Can-Am.
Well, it is official. Bluebell is gone. I'm gonna miss that RT, I'm gonna tell you. The 23 base was a blast having. Thank you to BRP, Johnny the Fox, and Tommy for being so kind and hooking me up. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, strap in, let's enjoy the video and get our closing thoughts on the 23 Spyder RT.
Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today, oh man, it is with sweet sorrow that we are saying goodbye to the lovely Bluebell. You know, I've had the Bluebell now since late September, before Biketoberfest. I rode it at Biketoberfest. I put a couple of thousand miles on her. And, man, this has been a tremendous riding machine. I'm very, very stoked about it and enjoyed riding this thing a lot. I want to say, give a big special thank you to Johnny the Fox. That's my BRP representative. John, also aka John the Dad on Instagram. Be sure to check him out. He's super funny, very successful channel. I mean, he's getting millions of views on his little shorts, and they are awesome. Super talented guy. Also want to say thank you to Tommy. I'll have a link to his Instagram account down below as well. Tommy is the one who is kind enough to bring these things to me, and then when the time comes to come get them and take them home, you know. Without those two, I wouldn't have the opportunity to ride these things, and you wouldn't have the opportunity to get, you know, a true review of these things, because, you know, I've been able to ride them. BRP has told me, you know, give us your true thoughts, what you think. I am an ambassador, but they have given me the freedom to lay it on the line and tell it like it is, to which I am eternally grateful, and I know that you are as well. So be sure to leave the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. We got a lot of plans for the future. We'll share some of that in this video, but the main thing I want to do in this video is share my final thoughts on this fine touring machine. All right, here we go. You know, I love these country roads, and I love riding them, and having an opportunity to do it one more time on this thing is just great. All right, so what are my final thoughts on the 2023 BRP Can-Am Spyder RT base model? Well, the first thing I want to say is it rides absolutely smooth. It's a great machine to ride. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. I guess I kind of let the cat out of the bag, right? Telling you all that. But I have really enjoyed this thing. I'm going to go down the list of some key features that I think are major upgrades. Now, I have not ridden a 2024, and it's going to be a while before I get a 24. Just going to be quite frank with you. I think I'm going to get another 23. And the 24s are going to be going to those who are purchasing them. I would love to get a 24, you know, with the Apple CarPlay, but I am more than satisfied to be able to, you know, ride the 23s and give you my true thoughts. What I want next is a BRP Can-Am Spyder RT Limited of some sorts, whether that is a Sea to Sky or the RT Limited. We'll see what they're going to deliver for me. But I'm working on that right now. When is that going to happen? I don't know yet. But without further ado, though, let's continue on with this. But I'm kind of like the squirrel, you know, running up the tree. I'm easily distracted. So let's talk about this BRP Can-Am Spyder base model, the RT. So let's start from the bottom up. Handling. I'm going to tell you the handling on this thing is absolutely superlative. The braking is phenomenal. And the acceleration is exactly what you would expect from the 115 horsepower Rotax 3-cylinder engine. Now, this thing is pulling 1,000 pounds, so is it a barnstormer? I'm going to tell you it is not a barnstormer, but it doesn't need to be. It goes plenty fast. It handles well in the turns. It stops excellent. I mean, again, you've seen my review on the braking on this thing and the acceleration in the turns. The suspension is everything you would want right out of the box. I'm gonna hit these brakes really hard. Look at that, man. I mean, that thing just stops, like, just wow. Now, I know a lot of people upgrade their Spyders with the BohnArmor sway bars, and I'm sure that when you get into aftermarket products, are there improvements that can be made? Yes, there are. There's that is true with anything, whether it's a hot rod, a two-wheeler, you know, Harley, a Triumph, whatever it is. Can you spend more and get more? And the truth is, yes, you can. You can spend more and get more. But the handling on this thing is absolutely top-notch. I have zero complaints. If this were in my garage, would I upgrade to the BohnArmor? No, I would not. I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, Coach, if you know that it's better, then why wouldn't you? Because for the type of machine that this is, this touring machine, the suspension is phenomenal. The handling is quick and sharp and just wonderful, and it doesn't need any improvements. It's kind of like taking a Harley and putting Olin suspension on it. It's just not needed if you're on a cruiser, if you're on a, you know, something that you're just not eating the turns up and doing crazy suspension work. There's just no purpose in it. The motorcycle is absolutely adequate the way it is, and that's how the Spyder is. It's more than adequate with the way that it is designed from the factory in the braking, the acceleration, and the turns, and just tracking, generally speaking. All right, let's move up. The next thing is lighting. You know, the lighting on the front, I think, is more than adequate. Would I like more lighting? Yes, I would. Let me tell you what I would like. So I'm going to tell you the lighting is adequate, but does it need more? Would it leave me in want for more? And the answer is yes. If this were mine and I were keeping it, where that reflector is right there would be a brake light. And a blinker light, and likewise the reflector on the outer fender would be a light that would be flashing during the blinking. There would be additional lighting on the back of it, on the saddlebags, for additional brake lighting. I think all of that should be stock out of the box, certainly on the RT Limited and the Sea to Sky. Not because of bim bang boom. I don't really give a hoot nanny about flash, as you guys know that. I know a lot of people like to put strobes and different color lights, and I get it. I understand all that's cool. But as a 61-year-old guy who likes to tour and likes to ride and put in big miles, I don't care about flash. Means absolutely less than nothing to me. What matters to me is the fact that I'm seen and that the motorcycle, please get in your side of the road. There you go. Thank you. And that the motorcycle is highly observable from all areas. In other words, from the side, from the back, from the front. Now, from the front, it is highly visible, and you recognize that when you're out riding. Cars that would originally go out in front of me, say if I was on a two-wheeler, I get pulled out probably 10-to-1 ratio higher on the two-wheelers than I do the Spyder. So it is visible from the front. All right. So next up, let's go to the dash. The dash is what you would expect. It is adequate. It meets the needs of everything. I can complain and critique all I want. However, there's no purpose in that because the 24 models have resolved that issue with Apple CarPlay and the upgrading of the BRP programming and software and all of that stuff. So any shortcomings the dash may have been addressed in the 24 models, and so is this dash adequate? Yes, it is. If this were mine, what would I do? I would have a Garmin Zumo XT mounted right here, just like I do on mine, and that's how it would be. I would be using that for navigation and little, you know, widgets and music and things like that I like to have at my touch. I would be using that. All right, so there's the dash. Switch gear. Is the switch gear good? The switch gear is good. It feels solid. It's clear and concise with what everything does. There's redundancy on this. You can see so a lot of this is replicated from up here. So there's plenty that you can do using all of this. Would I like it more backlit and that sort of stuff? Yes, I would. I would like everything extremely backlit. Every button should be backlit, you know, your dimmer switch and all that stuff. And that has been done on the 2024 model. So there again, if you want a better dash and a better backlit switchgear, the 2024 model is the year for you. Is this adequate? Yes. You are going to create muscle memory and know where everything is, but those are the shortcomings as far as I'm concerned. The display, the map, could be a little, you know, that sort of thing up here, and the backlit switchgear here. Next up, electronics. Let's talk electronics. The heated grips on this thing are absolutely spectacular. I use them. I'm using them right now. The temperature right now is a mere 60 degrees. It was cold last night, got down in the 20s, and the heated grips work great. In fact, I've got them on the low setting. If I run them on the high setting, even when I'm out riding in more cool weather, it normally gets too hot for my hands, and I'll back it down to the lower setting. So the heated grips work great. Now this is the base model, so it does not have the heated seats. It does not have the heated passenger grips. So I can't speak as to the efficacy of those on the 2023 model, but on the RT base, the driver or rider heated grips are awesome. I mean, just absolutely awesome. Windshield and wind protection, moving right up. The windshield and wind protection is great. It's what you would expect. I'm 6'2", have a 34-inch inseam, so I'm long-waisted, which means I sit taller from here up than most people, and I do not get buffeted by the wind at all. I've got the windshield all the way up. That's where I like it. In the summertime or in the rain, I may lower it just a little bit. I know what you're saying, in the rain? Yes, in the rain. I like to lower it a little bit, and that wind will blow the water off of your face shield. That's why I like to lower it a little bit in the rain. It actually gives me better visibility. All right. One criticism I have of the windshield is that when you turn it off, it will go back down to the lowest setting, and then when you turn it back on, it will come back up to where you had it previously set. I think that is ridiculous. Look at that right there. You see that? That's a fox crossing the road, I believe. It's either a fox or a coyote. See if I can see it. Oh, he's gone. He's long gone. Now, I am told there is a way to work around that. You hold a series of buttons and it stays where it was set. I never found it really necessary to do that. If this were my machine and I was keeping it indefinitely, I would set it up for me and things would not move. They would stay exactly where they are all the time if I had that ability to do that. I'm told this machine does have the ability to do that, and therefore I'm going to take people's word for it. Those are other owners. Mirrors, visibility as far as from the rider perspective. Can I see where I'm going? Do I have great visibility behind me? I do. I know there are people who have complained about lack of stability on the mirrors and vibration causing fuzziness. I have not experienced that. These mirrors are bone stock. Everything on here is bone stock, and I have great visibility. And I've put in thousands of miles at all kinds of speeds, all kinds of conditions, rain, cold, heat, rough roads, smooth roads, interstate, and the mirrors have operated flawlessly for me. Sound system. Sound system is another thing that really doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Is this adequate? Yes, it is adequate. Now this one does not have, you know, speakers in the back. It doesn't have the back box, but the sound system is more than adequate for Coach Bob. So will it be good enough for you? It might not be. I don't know. I can't speak to that. I'm not the guy with the loud speakers and the thumping and bumping. I'm not that guy. I don't have anything against you if you are that guy, but I'm not. I listen to a little bit of music sometimes in my comm system, and I will listen to a little bit through the speakers in town at low speeds, but not loud enough to irritate those who are around me in automobiles or on other motorcycles. I really don't like to throw all my crap on other people, you know. Anyway, with that and a quarter, you can get a bad cup of coffee. So let's talk about gas mileage. What are my thoughts on the gas mileage? Well, the 1330 road tax, I'm gonna bring up my stats here. Yes, I can do that while I'm riding. So we're launching the stats. So right now I am going to go to the overall. So this is overall for every mile that's on this thing, right? And looking at it, my average is 29 miles to the gallon. Now I know you're saying, Coach, that is terrible. Well, I have not been doing a lot of real responsible, sweet, kind, gentle riding. I'm not doing a lot of riding where the cruise control is set at a reasonable speed. I am riding on these types of roads. I'm accelerating and decelerating rapidly, having a lot of fun, and therefore I don't get very good mileage. I have gotten as high on a tour as 32 miles per gallon, and it did just fine. You're not going to get a whole lot better than that. I know there are those who say they get 35 miles to the gallon, and that's great. I just have never been able to do that. So there is just an honest experience from me. All right, now we're going to talk about the touring capacity. Now, I can't just out of my brain, I have so many numbers in my brain, I can't just create numbers and go, this is how many gallons the RT base has. I can tell you the RT base is not lacking in storage. However, it is lacking when you get off of the motorcycle. And here's what I mean by that. I'm going to turn around here as I prepare to make this right turn. I'm just going to stop here. There's nothing behind me. How do I know? Because of my clear mirrors. There is no back box, as you can see. Without that back box, I believe that for a touring motorcycle, it is lacking. And the reason I say that is because I want a place to lock my helmet when I walk around. So I did do workarounds. You know, there are seat hooks under the seat that you can hang your helmet on and lock your seat. There are all kinds of things that you can do with little cables and little, bar end hanging mechanisms for your helmet. And your helmet, the only way somebody's going to steal it is with a knife cutting something, and they could do that. But you know what? They can also take a screwdriver and break into your back box. What I have discovered throughout my lifetime, it's just out of sight is always better. And so I don't think my helmet is any easier or more difficult to steal from the back box than it is from hanging on a locked mechanism on my handlebar. The difference is you can't see them, and if you don't see them, you may not think to steal them, and that is the difference. So as far as just touring space and having what I need on a trip, though, this basically has everything I need. All right. Isn't this beautiful down here? Thank you, man. Appreciate it, buddy. How you doing today? I appreciate it. You been fishing? You been catching anything?
I just got here.
All right.
I wanted to go fishing over yonder, but there's too much wind.
I hear you, man. Let's get.
Come over here and ain't that much of wind.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a lot better than it was yesterday. Well, good to see you, my friend. Good luck catching fish.
Okay.
All right, buddy. All right. It's always wonderful coming down here. It's a nice, cool day. Just beautiful day. All right, so where was I? Touring and stowing capacity. So plenty of places to stow things. When I toured, I used a suitcase on the back and barely used the saddlebags. I just didn't need them because it was me. Now, if Coach Vic and I were touring together, would we still have adequate space? Yes, we would. So tour capacity is just fine on this thing. So is the Can-Am Spyder RT base the perfect touring machine? I would say no. I don't believe, first off, let me say this. I don't believe there is a perfect touring machine. I think that this is as close to perfection as I'm going to find apart from that back box. I believe that when I get a newer one, if it has the heated passenger grips, that Coach Vic will agree that this particular series, the 2020 and later, are just uber comfortable and just wonderful to ride. So as with anything, is it 5 stars? No, but I would say that it's a good solid 4 3/4, 4.75. It's a solid touring machine and a fun machine to ride. In fact, I'm going to go further. The fun factor is just way out there. There are those I know who are two-wheel guys who say, oh, no. But, you know, I've got, look, I'll tell you what I have in my garage right now. I got a small Honda CB 300 FF. That's just a toy. I've got a Suzuki SV 650X. That's my track bike. I have a 2015 Triumph Speed Triple. That is a beast, 150 horsepower. Will yank the arms out of your sockets and will wheelie at 60 miles an hour. I've got a 2022 or 23, I think it's a 22, Triumph Tiger Rally Pro, and it is absolutely stellar. I've got a 1984 BMW R65, and I've got a 2019 Can-Am Spyder RT base, and I've had the privilege of riding this. So, you know, not only do I have extensive experience on riding two wheels in my lifetime, I can say that I've ridden them today or yesterday, and I understand the difference between 3 and 2 wheels, and there is a difference. But if you want safety, security, comfort, and fun, you just can't top 3 wheels. That's just all there is to it. And I know the purists and all that, they're gonna that's okay. I got nothing to prove. I literally have nothing to prove. You know, I just want to enjoy a nice, safe, relaxing, comfortable, fun ride, and I get to do that every time I put the key in the ignition of a Can-Am Spyder RT. Man, what a great life it is. What a great experience this has been. So thanks again. Make sure you say thank you to Johnny the Fox down below. Thank you to Tommy. And thank you to Can-Am On-Road, aka BRP, for giving us the opportunity to peruse this great machine. Again, as for the future, we'll see what I get. I am in the midst of negotiating some things. We shall see what the future holds. All right. Well, there you have it. My final thoughts on the Blue Belle, the 2023 Can-Am Spyder RT. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pull right in here and let's take a look at this beautiful machine. Ain't she pretty? Sure am gonna hate to see her go. All right, well, do me a favor till next time. You, yes, you, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon. And there ain't no telling what I'm gonna be riding, but I guarantee you this, it's gonna be fun.